action.
Good morning, Dragons. Today is day 6 on our special rotation. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Attention.
It is the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Now for the moment of silence.
Thank you. We are the Jefferson Elementary School and Dragons, and we were.
We are respectful, we are on task, we are ready, we are always safe, and we are responsible. Together we can make a difference.
Okay, good morning, my friends. It is Fabulous Friday. I hope you've had a great week. This week we're talking about self-talk for learning, because how you talk to yourself doesn't mean you're crazy or anything. It's very important to talk to yourself in a positive way. So the quote today is from Brené Brown, and it says, "Talk to yourself like you would talk to someone you love." So we're going to say all kinds of nice, positive things to people we love, and you need to talk the same way to yourself. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you again on Monday.
Thank you, Miss Roller.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, amazing friends. It's so good to see you. Happy Friday. Glad we're all back. I'm going to turn the mic just a little bit. Oh, and we got somebody coming in a minute, about to be ready to go. So before they come in, I'm going to do a little talk about a couple things. AR Hat Day is next Friday. So we've had so many friends coming down and getting their hats, so we love it. I've got all colors. Come down as soon as for first and second grade, when you get to 10 AR points, then you have you can come and get your hat, and you'll get your button when we actually do the button days, the AR button days. And so each button is equal to 10 points. And when you get 3 buttons or 30 points, you can trade up for one of the big buttons. And we're going to have special edition ones like last year. So anyways, come down as soon as you get your first flower. I think you have to fill it up twice, because I think each flower is 5 points. And for kindergarten friends, when you finish up fill up your flower, come get your hats too. So next Friday is our first AR Hat Day. I can't wait to see how many hats are going to be on all these readers. It's amazing. Another thing with that, we're also going to kick off AR Candyland. And so teachers, if you want a different game piece from last year, just stop by and see me or shoot me an email and I'll put one in your box. But otherwise, I've laminated the ones from last year, and we'll start moving through Candyland again. So I'm very excited about that. So AR Hat Day next Friday. Keep reading, readers. We are kicking off, as you can see in the hallway, our library bulletin board has changed a little bit. So we have it's becoming, our Camp Out book fair. It's coming. So on Monday, teachers, these were in your boxes yesterday. If you'll send them on Monday, we have our big kickoff for our very first Jefferson virtual digital book fair. And what's great about this is there are tons of books to preview. So you'll get this in your Monday folder, and there's lots of different books, but there's even more books that aren't on this. And you can preview and look at it all from the comfort of your own couch. Oh my goodness! Who is this person that is coming in now, that's braving the wild wilderness? Are you here to talk about the camp out? The book fair camp out? Here, I'm going to stand like this so I can pull this down. How's that?
That's great.
Are you excited?
I am over the mountaintop.
You are over the mountaintop. Are you camp out, Carl?
No, they call me, I guess I am Camp Out Carl. I was going to go Hiking Hank.
Hiking Hank. I like that better. That's good. Hiking Hank. Okay. Well, Hiking Hank,
I brought my trusty backpack
Oh, wow. That is, I think, show the boys and girls. They really look at that intense backpack he's got
here.
going on
You
there.
know why? It's
Why?
an empty frame right now.
It's an
That's
empty
why I
frame.
thought you would pick up on that real quick because there's no bag there.
Well, I picked up on that. So how are you
And
gonna
I've got a
camp
rope
out?
right there.
Are
Well,
you gonna?
I felt like that if I was going to come to this book fair, that I needed to bring a backpack to carry all the books and stuff that I was going to be getting.
That is very true.
And I got a rope right there to tie it down with.
tie it down with. Okay, so you're just missing the actual bag part.
Well, I can tie all my books down.
Oh, okay.
on
Rope
my-
it up.
yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Well, I hope you buy that mini, Coach. I hope that you.
I hope they do too.
Hey, it's books for our library. So these are coming home on
Monday.
Monday. The code for our school is going to be right there, and you can shop from the comfort of your dining room table, from your kitchen table. Oh wow! Look at that hike, and he's got a hiking stick.
It's a I had to my truck broke down, and so I had to ride the tube down
Oh,
the
see,
Chattahoochee.
I don't know if you can see it, boys and girls, but this is Helen Tubing hiking stick.
This is brought to you by Helen Tubin. Go visit them. The pink
The pink tubes. Oh, mercy. They sponsored us. Hey, $10,000 in new books. No. All right, another cool thing that they're offering with Follett is if you buy one of the Bad Kitty books, when the books get delivered, you'll get this lovely little Bad Kitty pin.
Can I get one of those to go right there?
You know what? I think we could pin one on you. to help
Not
you
on me.
remember. Yes. To Hiking Hank. We'll get one. I'm going to mask up so I can get close to you. Okay, where would you want to? Here, I'm going to put it right there on your little. I can't wait for.
And
the
I get one of
children to
these.
see-
Why?
Because you purchased a Bad Kitty book from our
Bad kitty.
Bad Kitty. That's a whole series. It's
Is
just a
it
kitty
a
that
bad
makes,
cat?
She just makes silly, or he
Poor
makes
decisions?
poor decisions that are kind of funny.
Sometimes
So.
I make poor decisions that are funny. Sort of like.
Like the tubing stick. Okay. So friends, how this is going to work is you're going to order your books, and then we are going to have a book fair delivery day. And Hiking Hank and
My trusty backpack.
and his sidekick Dave, right,
Yes.
are going to help deliver all the books to all the classrooms.
What about Flapjack?
And Flapjack. And I'll make sure Flapjack has on flannel that day. So it's going to be a huge, big deal.
What about you?
And I will be telling people where to go.
With your flannel shirt on?
With my flannel shirt on. I'll be the director, the camp director. So tell them where the books
Speaking of
go.
that.
Yes. Okay. So Hiking Hank is here because we always read a book on Fridays.
Yes.
So, it looks excited about that. Do you want me to do the reading
No,
today?
I'm going
And
to
you
try.
can commentary?
Well, I
You don't
actually
have your
pulled my glasses out, but
Yeah,
I've left them in
I
the
don't know
truck.
if you can read it or not. You just want to listen, Hiking
No,
Hank?
I'll try.
Okay.
I'm not going to give up.
Don't give up. That's right.
Never,
The story-
ever give up.
The story he's going to share with you today is pretty awesome, boys and girls. It's called The Camping Trip That Changed America. And it's about Theodore Roosevelt, which I know first grade is studying
Teddy
about.
Roosevelt?
Yep, Teddy Roosevelt. And it was like Teddy Bear Day the other day.
Yes.
Theodore Roosevelt, John Muir, and our national parks. Okay, it's written by Barb Rosenstock, and it is AR, boys and girls. So listen and pay attention. The Camping Trip That Changed America. And I'm going to zoom in on Coach, so that way you can actually see the picture this morning. So I hope you enjoy this story time with Hiking Hank, who's making lots of noise. Okay.
Hey, good morning. It's good to be off the mountaintop. I needed a mountain man breakfast this morning.
Flapjack's cooking something up for you.
Oh, she is. That's good to know. Flapjack came down from the north mountains of Jackson County. All right. Teddy and Johnny didn't have much in common, but they shared a love for the outdoors. I love the outdoors.
Is that Teddy?
It says Teddy.
Really?
Teedie.
Isn't that weird? Okay.
Is that how you pronounce
I
that?
guess so, but I would
I
think
wonder
it
how
would be
Rudisell
Teddy.
would say that from
I
Hampshire.
think she did, yes.
They both loved a good story, too. And that was enough to change America because they love the
Wait,
outdoors.
show the picture again so our little friends, so we can
Oh,
zoom
I'm
in
sorry.
on it. No, it's okay. We just want to make sure everybody sees it. There we go. Okay.
And remember,
thanks,
this is a
Coach.
camping trip that changed America.
Yep.
Ooh-wee.
Much like the digital book fair, which we've never done before.
How about that?
Changing the way we do things.
Theodore Roosevelt's family had called him Teddy. Here we go. We're explaining this. Teddy since he was a boy. He grew up in one of the oldest, richest families in New York City. New York City!
New York City, the big city.
Teddy was short and brawny with a fashionable mustache. Even as a kid, Miss.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Did you have a mustache as a kid?
No, not me.
Okay.
He loved the outdoors, hunting, fishing, and riding horses. How about that, Walker Massey? He liked the outdoors, hunting and fishing. He attended law school before becoming a politician. Theodore Roosevelt became the youngest president of the United States and lived with his wife and 6 children in the White House in Washington, D.C. John Muir's, did I say that right?
Yes.
Muir's family had called him Johnny since he was a boy. He grew up in the Midwest, the son of a poor immigrant farmer. So you had Teddy that was what? Extremely rich.
Rich, wealthy, yep.
And then you had Johnny.
Who grew up poor.
Okay.
Okay.
Johnny was tall, thin, and quiet, and shaggy hair that curled into a long beard. So he had a beard. Teddy had a mustache. You remember that?
Yep. even
So
as
I'm
a
trying to
child.
throw out some clues for some of these AR questions that possibly could be
That
out
possibly could come up. That's right.
there. Okay? Because you said this was an AR
It
book.
is an AR book, yep.
Okay. He loved the outdoors, studying. He loved studying and sketching. I bet you Miss Wheeler would like that he liked sketching. And writing about plants. Miss French would like that, wouldn't she? Okay. He hiked the American wilderness alone and wrote about his travels. John Muir became a world-famous naturalist. What does that mean? A naturalist. They liked the outdoors and appreciated it.
Yes.
Okay, had an appreciation. And a protector of wild places with a special love for Yosemite
Wow.
wilderness near his farmhouse in California. So
Okay, let me zoom in so we can see the pictures. Okay, friends. I hope we're able to see. Okay, so look at how different they are. We got Teddy on the left.
short,
And
brawny,
then we've got John on the right.
tall, thin,
Total
shaggy,
opposite people.
mustache,
Yeah.
beard,
Okay, let's see how this story
poor,
goes.
rich.
Hike and Hank.
All right, the White House, March 1903. Teddy, remember that's Teddy Roosevelt,
Yep.
settled into.
I just think we should say Teddy.
Do you want me to say?
Let's say Teddy.
Okay,
Even though it looks like it should, but I think it's Teddy.
okay.
I mean, that's what people called him, right?
Hey, I'm just an elementary PE teacher.
Yeah. And as the librarian, I say the word is Teddy Roosevelt.
That's all I
Okay.
do. I'm just a PE teacher down in the gym.
Nope, you're Hike and Hank.
Teddy.
Get back in character.
Excuse me. What movie is that from? Teddy settled into his favorite chair. He loved to end the day reading. Can you imagine that, Miss Golden? He loved reading.
That sounds like me.
Tonight, he chose a book about John Muir. Muir's adventure in California's Sierra Mountains sounded just about perfect to the busy president. It was strange then when Muir ended his story by asking for help. Help for the trees. He said the wild forests were vanishing. He called on the government to save them. The president thought about those mountain forests for a long time. Most people, even his own experts, thought America had so much wilderness it couldn't ever be used up. Was John Muir right? Could the forest disappear? How could the government help? As president, Teddy needed more answers. So I wonder what he was thinking about doing, Miss Golden.
What's he gonna do?
Roosevelt wrote John Muir a letter. The president was planning a long trip to the western states.
Ooh.
He asked John Muir to take him camping. Oh, I love camping. I love camping. Have you ever been camping before, Miss Golden?
I enjoy camping as well, yes.
Didn't you go about 2 weekends ago?
I did.
He asked John Muir to take him camping in California's Yosemite wilderness at the end of the trip. If America's forests needed help, the president wanted to see those trees for himself.
Awesome. So what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do, Hike and Hank? What do you think?
I think he's going to take a trip
wait.
out.
Do we have a picture?
I did, but
Oh, let me zoom in on it. So I'll make sure we can see. Okay, look at him. You see Teddy sitting in the chair reading, and then he's thinking, and he's writing that letter saying, I'm gonna do this.
hey, I want to go camping with you, John Muir.
Let me see these trees you want to protect.
All right. Roosevelt's train stopped in cities and towns along its route toward Yosemite. At each stop, bands played. Woo, woo. Hey, you think Maestro would have played in that?
I think you would have. It would have
If-
gone, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
That's Miss Golden's husband, the band director of the Mighty Marching Dragon Band.
Yeah, they're playing tonight.
Tonight.
Dragon football. Woo!
Open tonight, isn't it?
It's tonight, opening night, first night.
Go see Maestro and the Mighty Dragons play football and
Yeah.
marching band at halftime. At each stop, bands played, officials gave speeches, and people crowded the platform to catch a glimpse of the popular president. The newspapers nicknamed Teddy.
Oh, look at that.
May 15th. You remember it was March he wrote the letter. Do you remember that?
I do remember.
Now it's May 15th, so what, 3 months later?
3 months later.
The train reached the end of the line in a small town of Raymond, California, about 30 miles outside Yosemite Wilderness. When he found men sending his baggage to the best hotel in town, Roosevelt shouted, "Whoa, by George! I'm going camping. Pack me one small sack." Along with a crowd of officials, townspeople, newspapermen, and photographers, John Muir waited to meet the president.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let me zoom in so we can see it really good. Oh wow, look at that. Everybody did come out, didn't they?
You need another picture
Yeah,
of that?
that's good.
All right, Roosevelt's. Oh, didn't turn the page. Teddy shook Johnny's hand. "I've enjoyed your stories, Muir." The president spoke a few words to the crowd. Then he joined Muir in a waiting stagecoach. What's that? That's like a wagon. Okay?
Covered wagon.
Yep. They bumped along the road of Yosemite, and another stop, more speeches. Muir's was growing impatient. You ever get impatient?
I do.
Especially with me.
Never. Hike and Hank.
Didn't the president want to see the wilderness? Then Roosevelt's voice boomed. "Enough pictures, folks. I'd like to see the rest of this country in peace." The president sent his men ahead to set up camp, leaving the shocked crowd behind. Teddy and Johnny rode off alone.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let me zoom in so we can get a good look at those. Oh goodness, look at that. Okay.
"I feel like a runaway schoolboy," Teddy laughed as his horse galloped along.
Look at him going.
Yeehaw!
Ooh, that was something. Okay. Wow. Yes. Yep. Woo. Yeah.
Oh, they threw me a whammy here.
Oh wow. Did they change the way they did the
They
boat?
stopped near a family of giant sequoias in the Mariposa Grove. I hope
What are sequoias?
I'm fixing to show you.
Oh,
Just a
okay.
second.
I'm excited.
Surrounded by the trees of this ancient forest. So a sequoia is a tree.
But they're special trees because what?
For once, Teddy was quiet.
Oh goodness, we had nothing to say.
When he looked up, he couldn't see the treetops. Now that's a big tree.
That's a very big tree.
The sequoias soared straight to the heavens. That means to the skies. These trees grew up when the Egyptians built the pyramids. Now those are some old trees. They are the largest living things on earth. They never stop growing unless they're cut down. You ready for this?
I think I might be ready.
Look at that.
My! Look at how that book is done. Oh wow! Look at the people, Teddy and John, and that big tree. And sequoias are huge.
I've never seen one in person.
I have not. I've always wanted to.
Maybe you can take your Girl Scouts there.
Woo! Yes, sounds good.
Uh-oh, this is going to be a tough one. That night, under the branches of a towering sequoia called Grizzly Giant, Teddy lay on the 40 thick wool blankets his men prepared. 40 thick. Is that a term for flannel or something? Johnny made a bed from some branches and wrapped himself in an old cloth from his sack. He told Teddy the funny story of meeting his first bear. I once saw a bear in a meadow. Now bears are shy creatures, so I jumped out from behind the tree to see him run away. The bear looks up. I ran toward him, shouting and waving. I finally stopped, or I wouldn't have run right into him. The bear rose up, his claws on a log between us, and glared. Ooh! Now this is a bedtime stories right here. John's telling bedtime stories. They're all laying.
That doesn't sound like a bedtime story to
right
me,
there.
Coach.
That's pretty scary.
Let me see. Oh goodness. Hold on. Let me get close. Oh, so
See,
this is
he's
like-
telling him stories right there, and that bear,
Yes.
that grizzly bear. So they're laying under the tree he nicknamed Grizzly Bear. And see, they're sleeping under those big giant
That
trees.
does not sound like a good bedtime story, Hike and Hank.
I bet you your Girl Scouts would like to go sleep under the grizzly tree that Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy laughed. Was it a grizzly bear, he asked? Johnny shook his head. The only grizzly left in Yosemite today is this old tree. So what happened to him? Hunters shot the last bear a few years ago. Isn't that sad?
That is very sad.
So John was trying to protect the forest right there. May 16th, 1903. The next day, Teddy and Johnny rode higher into the mountains, trading stories the way friends do. Sort of like you and I, Miss Golden. We trade stories back and forth. As the horses plowed through the drifts of the snow. Oh, wow. So they went from no snow to snow.
Yep.
They were going up high. They reached a peak called Glacier Point. Glaciers are carved this whole valley, said Johnny. Spreading his arms, he lay down on a slab of granite and inched along on his back to show how massive river of a slow-moving ice carved the rock beneath them millions of years ago. Isn't that
Oh wow. Yeah.
the illustrations on this I really like.
They really are. I know it's a longer book, but it's so good. And when first grade said they were doing Teddy Roosevelt and it fit with camping, I was like, how perfect is that?
They camped high above the valley floor. Johnny made a bed of branches. So the night before, Teddy slept on his 40 blankets. This time, he made his bed like John's. Okay? They settled near the fire for the warmth. Johnny began his story. The whole continent is a great garden. Okay? My children should see this place, said Teddy. I hope it is still here for them, said Johnny. So he's telling all these stories right here. Bedtime stories. They're laying up under the stars and they're seeing all this.
A nice fire going.
He's telling stories, all these different stories right there. May 17th, overnight a storm blew in, spreading 5 inches of fresh snow. Teddy and Johnny woke under a coverlet of white flakes. They shook themselves off like 2 old grizzly bears.
Oh wow.
You need to see that again.
No.
On horseback, Muir and Roosevelt rode down into the famous Yosemite Valley. The granite formations towered above them. They passed the sheared cliff of Half Dome. My buddy Chad Cheatham goes to Half Dome. And the fierce face of El Capitan rising from the valley floor. You hear a lot of people talk about both of those that are
That's
hikers
gorgeous.
and climbers, mountain climbers.
Yep.
On their last night together, John Muir talked to the president about life in the wilderness. People were destroying wild land to make money from it. Ranchers cleared forests, prospectors mined gold, and companies planned to build hotels and shops throughout the valley. There was no one to stop them. If they keep building, the wilderness won't last another 10 years, said Muir. How can I help? Asked the president. Keep it wild, Muir said, and protect it forever.
Oh my goodness. So what do you think the president is going to do to protect all this wilderness? Let's see, Coach.
Together, Teddy and Johnny imagined a different future for America. What if everyone owned the wilderness? What if both rich and poor could spend time out in the open? What if we could save the forest for all the children to come?
Oh my
What
goodness.
if?
What if?
All these questions.
All those questions. Look at that. Wow.
1903 and beyond, Teddy left Johnny in Yosemite and headed back home. His time in the forest turned the outdoor-loving president into one of nature's fierce protectors. Roosevelt pushed Congress to pass laws saving the wilderness. He failed at first, but didn't stop. So he didn't.
Perseverance.
Yep.
Keep going.
He didn't quit. He believed in what he was talking about. He created national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and national forests. With John Muir's spirit and as his guide, Theodore Roosevelt saved more wild land than any president in history. Teddy and Johnny never spent any time together again. Teddy traveled the world but called the night of the snowstorm the one day of my life that I will always remember with pleasure. Wow. Johnny felt the same. He wrote that he fairly fell in love with the president. They exchanged personal letters for the rest of their lives. John Muir lies under the incense cedar trees he planted near his home in Martinez, California. Theodore Roosevelt lies beneath the sugar maples in Roosevelt's family plot in Oyster Bay, New York. For all time, under the trees, Teddy and Johnny sleep, and their shared spirits protect our wilderness forever.
Wow. Oh, that is such a good book, Coach. I'm sorry, Hike and Hank.
A great selection
Look
today.
at them. Look. And then that's where they're laid to rest. Wow. Thank you so much for coming on. And let me zoom out so we don't see your flannel shirt so much. Okay. Thank you so much, boys and girls. This was Hike and Hank, and he shared with us the camping trip that changed America. And you can check this book out when you come to the Media Center today. We have several copies of it and other camping books that we pulled. So thank you for hanging in there with us. Take a test on it. And Hike and Hank, it's always a pleasure. I hope you'll be back. Our book fair kicks off next Monday. So Monday is when
Like today's Friday.
Today's Friday, so Monday.
Saturday,
so not next
Sunday.
Monday.
Okay.
We get these in our Monday folders, and we can start shopping, and we get books. All these books that you guys have been wanting, we can get them.
You can read them like Teddy Roosevelt at night.
Absolutely. That's right. So have a great day, friends.
Have a wonderful weekend. Here's to you, Powell.